Cardano has hit a new lower low. This bear market has been bleeding out on many altcoins. With the news of the SEC suing Binance, we have seen many different exchanges deciding to delist tokens and distance themselves to prevent further lawsuits even against themselves. We've seen Robinhood, one of the most famous and well-known platforms for trading, delist many different altcoins, including Cardano's ADA. Now, I'm a firm believer that Cardano's ADA is not a security. Check out my video on that one if that is of interest to you. In terms of the price action, it has been bleeding out quite heavily with a new lower low just an hour ago. In this video, I'm going to jump down into the technical analysis and review what is going on. We have gone down deeper than expected, but what a fantastic opportunity. In this video, I'm going to see whether or not there's any further downside here, and if so, what kind of opportunities are in front of us. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you are new, subscribe. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description below. Now, I do want to take this time to just apologize for the poor audio. I'm actually in the hotel room as we are traveling, attending some conferences and so forth on the blockchain space, so I apologize for the audio. I'm trying to keep this video as brief as possible, yet still give you all the information of what I think is going on right now. I'm recording this video at about 6 a.m. and I think it will probably go out at around about 10 a.m. so it's a few hours ahead of time. Literally just a busy schedule my end, so I apologize for any kind of delay in getting this video out to you guys, but also on the poor audio. But let's jump right down into this one, right? So we can see here that we were expecting further downside. I actually had two fair value gaps that we were talking about yesterday, 25 to 26 cent and 28 to 29 cent. I did not think we were going to go this rapidly to the downside, but fear seeping into this space is quite unpredictable at times. It's great to see that we have pulled back because this actually meets a lot of our requirements, but at the same time, obviously, it's not great for many retail investors, but I suspect many retail investors will be selling, and I've been talking about this for quite some time. This bear market has been brutal. We have not been in a bullish market. This is a clear example of ADA hitting a new lower low, and there's many other altcoins out there that are doing very similar things. Now, Bitcoin is actually holding up better than expected, but I think that's also only a matter of time. And because I think Bitcoin is going to pull back quite heavily, and altcoins have bled out quite a bit already, I suspect we probably have further to the downside to go, which means maybe we get a relief rally and then we drop down even further. This is not necessarily what people want to hear, but it does give us a fantastic opportunity to accumulate a lot more Cardano as time progresses. I do think the future is incredibly bright, even though the US and the SEC are failing retail investors time and time again, causing billions of dollars worth of damage. There's nothing terribly too unusual here in comparison to what happened with XRP, and in the way that billions of dollars of damage are created or done to retail investors around the world, and essentially fantastic pricing occurs. Now, because of these lawsuits that the SEC are doing, it could have a profound effect on price suppression slightly longer term, but that actually could be a fantastic opportunity for great accumulation over a longer period. But we'll see how things kind of go. Now, let's jump into this one. As you can kind of see here on our 1 hour chart, we've been kind of looking at this as a potential move to the downside, but we may have gone down a lot further than expected. This is a very clear impulsive structure, and it is going to be one of those things that mean that we are going to be looking for deeper movements. This is a clear wave 3, meaning that we have the wave 4 bounce, and then we have to go down lower. So the local low at the moment comes in, I think, at 22 cent flat on the USDT pair and Binance as our data source. Let's just zoom in on this, right? So as we kind of take a look here, we can see that this low comes in. If we take a look up here on the top left, we can see it's 22 cent to the penny, or to the sub-cent, or fraction. And essentially that is pretty common for Binance. Binance loves everything to the cent and to the fraction of the cent. And so we can see here that this is going to be an area that we bounced. We actually moved up quite a bit from this low, and you can see that there are some fair value gaps up here as well. So we cleared out these two yellow box fair value gaps, right? And I can remove those now, but we left behind all of these red ones, and these will get filled out. It just might take some time because I'm not expecting this bleed to slow down anytime soon. Now, as we can kind of see here, we have this very clear change of characterization into bearish state of play, and we can see it kind of confirming itself on the way down at a micro scale. But ultimately, we don't really have, because of literally the depth of this thing, it has moved very, very rapidly. Let's go ahead and bring this up here, right? This is not perfect, but it's about 42% in the last 6 days, right? So it's split out pretty bad. And we can see here that we probably have to now look at this as the wave 2. It's not ideal. We probably have to look at this, what I was looking as a zigzag pattern, now as an extension into the wave 5. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, then extension into 5, up for 2, and then here we have this big impulsive structure. So overall, it would look like this: 1, 2. All of this is 3, up here for 4, coming down into 5, meaning that the 22-cent low still has further to go. Okay, and there's a couple of different ways we could look at it. We probably even could, if we wanted to, look at it like this, and then nest it inside another structure here as well, meaning that we could see very significant lows at a later date, right? So we can see potentially coming down more towards maybe the 15-cent ranges. Now, this hasn't been anything terribly too unusual, because we have been kind of having that idea, I think it's on my daily time frame, of around that kind of 19-cent level. If we take a look back, we have all these fair value gaps that we're probably going to be gathering out, and 18 to 19 cent up here, and you can see the support levels are around some of these key levels. At the moment, there isn't really a support level to be found at 22 cent. I mean, you can got a little one over here, but essentially main consolidation ranges are much deeper in the price action. So we might be testing out 15 cent at some point for Cardano here. And the big fear, just like Bitcoin, essentially would be a big kind of, corrective structure taking us way down, and that is the big opportunity if that happens, which is a long shot, but it's something that we have to kind of consider. So for now, it looks like we still have much deeper price action to go. We can see here our change of character into a bearish state of play. That was yesterday, and we can see this coming down. Weak low, strong high. We've got a long way to go. I don't think we're really kind of seeing this play out fully yet. I think we might see, as you can kind of see the ABC here and here, these now need to change. These need to be more wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, up here for 4, down here for 5, and that's nested as our wave 3 for 1, 2, all 3, 4, and 5. And as you can see, that then gets us down into this previous range of consolidation. So I think we've got a long way to go. I don't think we're there now. I think the structure that's happened here with the SEC calling Cardano ADA a security, even though I believe it to be absolute bullshit, has caused this market to move down quite rapidly. And so as such, we need to consider further action to the downside, a lot more fear seeping into the space, because unfortunately a lot of retail investors do not really fully know what it is that they hold. And yeah, I expect that a lot of these allegations of securities from the US will eventually fade away, but for now it is causing a lot of fear in the market and a lot of bleeding out in the market, and a lot of retail investors just trying to sell whilst the prices are where they are. Essentially, I'm in accumulation mode. If you're in the Discord and you're a member, you'll know that all those alerts that are going off saying that we're in the buy zones. The buy zones will need updating, but for now there's a great accumulation opportunity in my opinion. I am going to have to leave this video there though. I'm going to keep it nice and brief. If you have found this useful, informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new, subscribe, tap the bell, and if you haven't joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.